Again, it just seemed like heaven, so I did it. And do you remember back and forth? And we did together all day long. Do you remember us holding hands in each other's eyes? We stand. Tell me, do you remember the time when we fell in love? You remember the time when we first met, girl?
In today's video, I'm going to be doing more of an assumption. You can already probably tell by the title what this video is going to be, but I thought that I should do this for Mother's Day. This is way after Mother's Day. I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I'm also going to say happy Mother's Day to Aaliyah because Timbaland seems to know something that we don't. Most certainly. If you know, you know. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I drop a video. Let's get into today's video. This is the first picture. You can definitely see the energy, the vibes of her loving children and just that motherly figure. I think it's because the situation in the beginning of her career with Robert. I feel like if it wasn't for her career and the people around her, I personally think that she would have, or felt like she would have, kept that baby. It was already said that she definitely wanted to settle down with Damon and start a family. It was definitely obvious. Here's another picture. You can definitely tell that she's almost been there. She just lives that thought through other people's kids. And a lot of people, I think, knew that Aaliyah definitely wanted kids, although she said she didn't want kids no time soon. She was young, she was doing what she loved, and she wasn't gonna tell people that because people are very judgmental, and they would have been like, well, don't you think you're a little too young to be trying to start a family? So she just kept it to herself and said she didn't want any. But deep down inside, I think she was gonna maybe have some kids with Damon Dash. Here's another one. I think she did tell her friends about the pregnancy that happened with her and Robert. Why would Timbaland just come out and say that? Now, someone back then did have me thinking that Aaliyah could have been pregnant with Timbaland's baby. It's definitely possible, but I don't think that was likely. I think it's a beautiful thing. Women can create life. That is just a godly thing. To hear that she was pregnant, it really shocked me, but it was still beautiful. I know she was young, but it's not like it doesn't happen with any other person. It's very common. Now, this is one of the good pictures that I found of her interacting with a kid. Aaliyah just has this big smile on her face. She loves the babies, and I actually found some really good photos that I'm going to be sharing. She just is lit up when she saw children. I feel like she just always had a connection with babies after her experience. You could feel that she has definitely felt some type of love for a child before. I 100% believe she did get pregnant with his baby. I believe it all. She was just natural with the kids because it was natural to her. If you're young and you're thinking about having a baby right now and people keep telling you that you're too young and that you should do this first and that first and you should wait until you're in your 30s or 40s or whatever, don't listen to them because you could tomorrow and never get to experience what you wanted to experience. And I feel like that is what happened with Aaliyah. I think a lot of people in her circle kept telling her she was too young, which she was. But see, then she didn't even get to have a beautiful seed of her own. If you are thinking about buying something, thinking about doing something, just do it. This is your sign because this is your only opportunity to do it because people are always going to talk you out of something. So at the end of the day, you just have to do what you want to do. Even if it makes other people mad or put them in their feelings, just do it. Do it for you. Make yourself happy because this is your life. You're living this life for you. Now, I did hear a little story about this photo. She attended one of her fans' birthday parties. Aaliyah would stop the world for her fans. I feel like she wanted to be a girl mom. Girls are more gentle, but I think Aaliyah wanted a girl. You can see more of a connection when she's around girls. If we wouldn't have made her get rid of it, she probably would have kept it and would have been happy. Here's the next picture. Now, this is one of the better pictures of her. Look how she's looking at that little girl. You could tell she loved children. I personally felt it was because of her experience, like I said. And I definitely think that she was very anxious to try again. You could definitely tell she's idolizing this little girl. She idolized children. And this is the best one yet. She really loved kids, and that really showed. She would have been a great mom. She did party. I'm pretty sure she could have turned that off This is a picture of her, and I'm gonna assume this is her cousin. She already made it a point to let people know she was a family girl. Her being a family girl and loving her family so much, having a family of her own would have came easy. Like, when you love naturally, it's gonna come naturally. She was destined to be a mother. Now, this is more of a newer released photo of Aaliyah, and when I saw this just was the icing on the cake. This kind of looks like it could be her kid, to be honest. Like, we all know this famous scene. Now, I've heard so many stories about this one, people saying that this is her daughter with our Robert, this is her cousin, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Personally, I need like a close source saying this. I don't believe anything fans say. There's actually a video with that.
Yo, not too much head, y'all. Bopping your head, bop your head, bop your head.
She would have been a great mom. Did you see how she looked at her? It just warms my heart that she gave off this vibe towards children, because some people, they don't want kids at all. I've heard people say they don't want kids at all. How don't you want to create life? How do you not want a beautiful angel? This is of Aaliyah hanging out. Damon is pictured in this photo along with Stacey Dash and all of Damon's kids. I don't know if they're all his kids, but I know some of his kids are on this couch. I remember somebody tried to tell me this wasn't Aaliyah. Like, I know Aaliyah when I see her. Don't play with me. Like, I can point out Aaliyah in any picture. She really accepted Damon Dash's kids, and she has an interview saying that,
oh, big love to all the stepchildren out there. You know, all that. What's wrong with a stepchild? There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Clearly, she played that role. She was such an angel. Like, when people say she was an angel, she is truly the definition of an angel, because it takes a lot to take care of some kids that are not yours, to accept kids that are not yours. But she was a very strong and mature woman, because it takes a lot. You could definitely feel that she wanted to eventually have some of her own, and that would have been iconic. But unfortunately, she did not get to experience that, and she'll never get to experience that. Maybe in another life, another dimension, we'll never get to see her, you know, prosper like that. This is the iconic photo from behind the scenes of Rock the Boat. This is all of Damon Dash's kids. He had a lot. So that's why I said she was definitely a high vibrational being to have accepted all these kids. And not to mention, he has all boys. Kudos to her. Here is one of Damon's son. It says Aaliyah and Damon's son, little Damon. This picture is how I know she accepted his kids. Look at how she is just loving on this boy as if it's her own child. That's power right there. It's just like the dots connect themselves. Like I said, there's an interview, I think it's from 2000, and she was saying how
There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
I'm just like, well, it makes sense, because she was allegedly dating Damon Dash back then, and he had various of kids, a lot of kids. So I'm like, 2 + 2 = 4. She says that
There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
She must be a stepmom. You know, she must be playing that role. She accepts his kids. You know, it all makes sense. It lines up when you really do your research and you see all these videos of her and these pictures that go with it. So you can clearly see she loved his children, even though they weren't hers. This picture is of Aaliyah attending someone's wedding, and she went with Static Major this day. Aaliyah was always around the kids. It was a natural thing to her. This picture is one of the best pictures I found too, and I would always see these pictures. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time. She loved little girls. Like, you can definitely tell that. Do you think Aaliyah was team girl or team boy? Comment down below what you think, because I definitely think she was team girl. She would have did good with girls. Here's another one. She loved them. She was at a signing in 2001. This is her on the set of Back in One Piece again. I absolutely love this picture. I just stare at it whenever I see it. I just recently came across it on Instagram, and it's like getting a glimpse of how she would have been if she was a mom. She was on 106 & Park, 2001. Damon was here with her. They do have pictures together. Just look how she's looking at this little girl. You can't deny that she had love for kids, especially for little girls. She would have been the perfect mom. And just look how the baby's dressed. She's dressed so cute. And I call all kids babies because at the end of the day, they are all babies. So she is so cute. She has her little skirt on, wear a little tank top. So pretty. Just imagine how Aaliyah would have dressed her kids. Her daughter would have probably been in like little crop tops. It's just unfortunate she didn't get to do that because of her untimely death, but her kids would have loved her, I'm sure. She would have had some good seeds, some very mature seeds at that too. But I absolutely love this photo. I could stare at it over and over. Like, just look how the little girl is embracing Aaliyah. I wish that there was footage of this exact moment. But anyways, that was actually the last photo. I tried to find as many photos as I could of Aaliyah with her baby fans, because it's just as if she loved them. When I see these pictures, I can tell she wanted to be a mom again. I'm gonna say again because, like I said, I believe she was pregnant at some point. I also want to say I think that's where she got the belly rub from. You know, she would always rub her stomach. I think that's where she got it from. Also, she would hold like her stomach in photos. She would hold her pelvic area. I feel like that was her. I can't find the word that I'm looking for, but she would just do that because she knew she was capable of creating life. Women create life. It's all in the stomach, the pelvic area. Like, I feel like Aaliyah always carried that with her, and I feel like that's where she got most of her signature poses from. That's just me. I'm not saying that this is true. I just feel like this is what she did, especially in Back and Forth. She was rubbing her stomach and they zoomed in on that part. I did a video on this a long time ago, and I'm just like, why would they zoom in on her stomach? Was that necessary? It's like she was remembering the time. Maybe she was pregnant in that very moment. Who knows? Maybe that's why she was doing it. You know, just being around children made her happy. It put a big smile on her face, especially the little girls. She would rub her stomach, hold her pelvic area. Like, it was just like signs of a mother-like situation. That's just what I'm getting from it personally. You can think what you want to think, but this is just what I think. I feel like Aaliyah was very intact, in tune to being a mother, becoming a mother, being pregnant once in her life, or maybe even twice. And maybe she was pregnant twice. I just got a brilliant idea that maybe, you know, because she was asked if she was pregnant twice. Usually when the public or the media asks somebody about something, they know it's true. You know what I'm saying? It ends up being true 90% of the time. And they asked her if she was pregnant twice. Maybe that second time was by Timbaland, because that's around the time she met him. And maybe that's why he said Happy Mother's Day, because he did that. The second pregnancy, and she ended up getting rid of that one. It's just a conspiracy, something that I thought right here, right now. Nothing too serious, but I'm definitely gonna make a video about that. But like I said, if you're planning on doing anything, not necessarily having a baby, but like if you're trying to purchase a car, get your first apartment, go for a job you really want, whatever it is, go for it. It could be the slightest thing. You want a piercing, a tattoo, some expensive jewelry, or something expensive, anything, do it. This is your sign to do whatever it is you want to do. Anyways, I really love doing this video because I was gonna do this video on Mother's Day, but I was so exhausted and weak and drained and just out of it. I've been like that for the past few days, but I'm finally getting around to it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Aaliyah wanted to start a family with Damon or around that time? Do you think she was ever pregnant? If so, by who? Do you think that her motherly love showed through her fans, especially the girl baby fans? Let me know down below, because I definitely believe everything I just talked about in this video. I feel like she was anxious to try again, especially when she met Damon. She did seem happy with him. I personally don't think it was a good relationship. I feel like he was a snake, but she definitely was happy. Even if she was too blind to see the real, she probably accepted it. I think she knew, but she accepted everything. Also, her parents wanted a beautiful baby girl. Maybe she wanted a beautiful baby girl, and that just made her want to be a girl mom, given the fact that she came out to be a girl and her parents absolutely loved her. Maybe she wanted to recreate that. Just thought of that. It makes sense. It makes sense as to why I think she would have wanted a girl. But Anyways, that'll be it for today's video. I really like doing this video. I feel like she would have been a great mom. I feel like she wanted to be a mom. So it was a warming video. Like I said, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope you enjoyed that day. Anyways, that'll be it for today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Stay crazy.
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right, 'cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken up, you know the feelings deep inside. So what's you, what we've been through?